Okay, so this you need to have written down so you can have it for your help and for tomorrow's activity. So we have example 1. Let's say that a tree we planted last year, it was 100 inches tall, and now it is 140 inches tall. So remember, we can do this one of 2 ways. All right, so we can set up a double number line, or we can do the math and the division and then make it into a percent. So I'm going to go ahead and do the double number line first. So always, 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 just like we've always said, the percents go on the bottom and the numbers go on the top. So if we started at 100, and that's why we have the 100%, because that was our starting. Then it jumped to 140. So we need to know what percent is that. Well, looking at this, it's pretty obvious what the answer is. I made this one easy on purpose. We know that it jumped to 140% because 100 is to 100 as 140 is to 140. Again, if you're not seeing it, obviously, you can go ahead and set up the proportion. 100 over 100 equals 140 over 140. Or, sorry. X. All right, so when we cross multiply and divide, then we get 140. So it jumped 40% up, okay? So that is one way to solve these problems. The other way is to do the subtraction. So we go ahead and put 140 minus 100 divided by what we started at, and we started at 100. So when we do 140 minus 100, we get 40. And 40 over 100 equals 40%. Okay, so you can pause this video, or you are welcome to keep playing, but you need to have one of these 2 ways written down. It does not matter how you do it. You can do it this way, all right, which sometimes it's very helpful for our visual people, or for us that like our little formulas, you can do it the second way. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do example 2. So if you need a minute, pause the video, write one of these 2 ways down, whichever way is your favorite, and that's the way that you're going to do this. So let's go ahead and go on to example 2. All right, so example 2. All right, we are going to say that we had 50 M&Ms, because you know how much I love using food. And now we have 40 M&Ms. And we want to know what the percentage, in this case, that went down. All right, so we can, again, do it one of 2 ways. So I'm going to set my double number line first, and then I'm going to do the equation second. So when I do the double number line, when it goes down, I'm actually going to write it a little backwards. So take a look. Again, my number's on top and my percents on the bottom. Now, in this case, I'm going to put my 100% here because I know that my 40 is going to go here. All right, because again, it's a number line, so the smaller numbers are on the left and the higher numbers are on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. So 40 over x is 50 over 100. And if I do cross multiply and divide, that gives me 400 divided by 50, which is 80%. Oh, that's a funky 8. Let me fix that because I know that will bother some of you. All right, so 80%. So does that mean my M&Ms went down 80%? No, that means it went to 80%. So now I have to do my subtraction. So I actually had a 20% decrease. All right, so I had to subtract the 100 and the 80 to find the difference of what was going on. Okay, now I don't have enough room, so what I'm going to have you guys do is, if you like this way, pause it now, write it down, and if you want to do it the other way, then go ahead and just keep watching, but I'm going to erase. So if you need to pause it now. All right, so again, if I'm going to use my little equation, whoopsie. If I'm going to use my little equation, what I'm going to need to do is I'm still going to take 50 and subtract the 40 to find the difference. Over, what did my M&Ms start with? They started with 50. And so now I have 10 over 50, which is equal to 20%. Okay, so again, if you're doing the double number line, you are subtracting second and you're subtracting the percents. If you're using the equation, the formula, you're actually pre-subtracting the whole numbers and then finding the percent. So they're both doing the same operations, they're just doing them in different orders. So again, make sure you have both of these examples down, and we are going to move on to money.